There is no such thing as ordinary Christians, since all of us are born from God's own Spirit. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 3, verse 23. 1 John chapter 3, verse 9. But lest any one protest that biblical accounts about apostles, chapter 2, and prophets, chapter 3, are irrelevant for them, I need to show why suffering is expected for all believers in Jesus. God demanded a lot from prophets in times when the culture rejected his values. To protect Jeremiah's heart for God in the coming time of judgment, God would not let Jeremiah marry. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 2. God would not let Ezekiel mourn when his wife died. Ezekiel chapter 24, verses 16 through 18. Hosea probably wished God hadn't let him marry. See Hosea chapter 1, verse 2. God made Isaiah run around fairly naked and barefoot for a few years. Isaiah chapter 20, verses 2 through 3. And had his wife not been a prophetess, chapter 8, verse 3, she probably would have wished she hadn't married him. But when a prospective disciple of Jesus wants to just go and say farewell to his family, Jesus says, "No one who looks back after setting his hand to the plow is a good fit for God's kingdom." Luke chapter 9, verses 61 through 62. When Elisha is plowing, Elijah calls him to be a disciple. Elisha requests that he first be allowed to say farewell to his family. 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 20. By this, he means a little farewell party for himself, where he would turn his back on his many fields and post-famine prosperity. See chapter 19, verse 19, verse 21. Elijah lets him do it. Chapter 19, verse 20. But Jesus tells a prospective disciple, no. Being a disciple of the kingdom is more radical than being the disciple of an Old Testament prophet. Are we ready to follow Jesus wherever he calls? Generic suffering. Lest we think that suffering is only for apostles, prophets, or evangelists, Scripture is clear that persecution and various other hardships can strike anyone. As Paul writes, "Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall trouble, or hardship, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or danger, or sword?" As it is written, "For your sake we face death all day long. We are considered as sheep to be slaughtered." Romans chapter 8, verses 35 through 36. New International Version modified. Paul quotes here from Psalm 44, verse 22. Whereas some psalms lament God's people suffering his judgment, this psalm laments God's people suffering despite or even because of their faithfulness to him. Psalm 44, verses 17 through 18.